Everybody stepping their game up. I heard it. It said no 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 no. What's up guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel. If you're new, it's Sahara. So today we are going to be testing out the new Juvia's Place foundations, the natural Radiance foundation and the powder. Dang, my hair got so long. I was like, why am I feeling my hair all on my arm? But anyway, that defeats the purpose of this video. And the powder foundation, I'm going to be reviewing these and doing a wear test. When I filmed this video for you guys the other day, the Maybelline Super Stay powder foundation, I reviewed this. I went to Ulta. The lady was so kind. We was there for like over an hour trying to find my shades in these two foundations. Juvia's Place is hard to find your foundation because I use their foundation checker on their website. They was sending me down the wrong way to find my foundation shade. I was going to be in the lighter tone, so you definitely want to go in store with a product like this. And then I also received this Olaplex. I asked the lady for a sample of whatever she had. The Olaplex did pretty good in my hair, but like I said in that video, it did have a lot of product buildup. I'm just kind of repeating what I said because you know, just in case you didn't watch that video and you're just watching this one. I hate that my curls dropped. But stay tuned if you guys want to see my wear test, flashback, and all of that information. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by using the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. Like I said in my previous video, and I said I was going to mention it in this video too, whenever I try a new foundation, I still use primer. I just like having that base, that barrier between the skin and the foundation, but I'll make sure that it's a primer that I like, and I know that if anything goes wrong, it's most likely that foundation. But it could also be that the foundation's not working right with the primer. We'll see. I'm just going to apply this all over the skin everywhere except up here. I mean, if you know, you know. The e.l.f. putty primers are popular, so I don't need to explain them. Is it called unicarton packaging? Something like that? I've been seeing people call it unicarton, I think. So usually I just call it packaging and that's it. But here's how the packaging looks. You know, I always like to give you a little overview. I should put it on my thing and spin it around so you'll be able to see it a little closer. I got mine in the shade Bombay 515, 1.35 ounces, and it says that you get 30% bonus, so usually you get 1 fluid ounce and they gave you 0.35 ounces. It does come with a pump. You're supposed to shake it like this. I noticed it with the Fenty foundation. They don't have like those sticks inside anymore, so I'm guessing brands are going to start making like their foundation pumps where you can just squeeze the product, maybe warm it up, and it'll go like that instead of having that long stick in there. I don't know. So back then when it comes to, when it comes to new foundations, like I said, I apply primer all over the skin. That's just me. But when it does come to new foundations, I usually use like a brush on one side and a sponge on the other side just to see what it applies best with. But because this is claiming that it's a natural radiance foundation, usually foundations that are natural or, you know, like a BB cream or something like that, it's best to just stick with a brush. And my favorite brush to use for foundation is the Japanese 709 brush. This gives me a flawless finish. It has that triangular shape. It's densely packed. Just a good all-around foundation brush. And by the way, this foundation smells so good. I'm still trying to figure out what that scent is. I cannot tell. It kind of smells like a perfume, like a high-end perfume. Like maybe, I don't know, I need to go smell it, but I think it may be like the Gucci perfume, the one that comes in that, whatever, one pump. There's a good amount that comes out with one pump. It is a thicker consistency. It's not running at all. I really hope this is my correct shade. So far it looks good. Oh, and it still smells so good. I swear, if you get the chance to get this foundation, make sure the first thing you do is smell it. You know, most foundations either smell like paint, or if you get like, I remember I used to use the Lancome foundations, and they used to smell like older, you know, women perfume, even though I don't think older women wear perfume like that no more. It's like everybody stepping their game up. Alright, so I'm just going to push it into the skin. So far it's looking really, really good. Definitely seems like a product that you would have to use a brush, or I feel like a sponge would just take it away. Like, I can tell already that a brush was a good idea. Okay, it kind of smells like a sweet candy. Like, I don't know if it's Jolly Rancher or something. I haven't had Jolly Rancher in a long time, but I think that's the smell that I'm smelling.
Do you smell it? That smell. The kind of smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells smelly.
I have a neutral undertone, and I feel like foundations, when they go up against my skin, it either pulls too yellow, too beige, too pink. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Oh shoot. That's how I can tell that this foundation is too yellow, because normally I can get away without applying like foundation and stuff on my two head. It just blends right in, but you can definitely see a little bit of a shade difference. So just for the sake of the video, where's my primer? Let's just go ahead and apply some up here, because alright, now let's just go over this with a little bit of whatever's left on the brush. Definitely natural, like they said. It's not full coverage. I feel like it's medium coverage. Let's see, it does say that it is medium to full coverage, so very spot on. It does have a more natural finish, so that claim is spot on as well. I feel like it's a soft radiance. Like, it's somewhere in the middle of like a soft matte and like a radiance. Like, it's not glowy, but I feel like all skin types should be able to use this as long as you prime correctly. Like, it's not something that someone with oily skin can't use, or someone with dry skin. But then again, I do have combination skin, so I'll be testing for both skin types. I'm not going to build it up anymore. I think I like the way this looks with one pump is fine. Listen, when I go to use this on the daily, even though I don't wear foundation all the time or makeup all the time, I'll be squeezing out as much as I want, not just one full pump. So now I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place number 18 concealer. I want to use as many products as I have from the brand. That's just what I like to do. Alright, so for cream bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and just use some of my Merit the Minimalist Perfecting Foundation Stick in the shade Amber. This is just what I use for cream bronzer. Can't wait for like Juvia's Place to come out with like cream bronzer, cream blush. Bronzers are my favorite. I don't know why I said cream blush, because I don't really like cream blush. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent honey powder to set under the eyes, and then we can go ahead and set the rest of the face with that powder foundation. Alright, my favorite powder brush to use is the Japanese brush, and this one just has like a flawless application, light and airy. So this is how the unicorn looks for the powder foundation. Again, I'll try to show these things up close, spin it around on my thing so we can see. So I got this shade in Havana, and these things say made in Italy. On the back there is a vent. By the way, there is a magnetic closure. When you open it up, here's an excellent quality mirror that I'm going to peel. Here is the powder foundation, and here is the sponge that you can use to swipe on the powder foundation, because again, this is considered a foundation, but I would only use powder foundations to set my foundation. Again, another silky smooth powder foundation, just like the one that I tried, the Maybelline Superstay. Both of these are silky smooth, and it does have a little bit of kick up, and it is pigmented. So let's go ahead and set. And then let's go ahead and set up here. Okay, I'm actually going to do what I did yesterday, which I probably shouldn't apply that foundation up here. Is I'm going to use this as a powder like a foundation, and just apply a little bit on my little forehead here. Maybe not, because I think that shade may be a little too dark, but I'm just going to press. Yeah, no, that's going to look too dark if I do that like that. These shades, they run a little different, so you definitely have to go into the store and try your shade. Don't just go online, because no. As you can see, this side is a lot more smooth. The color is a little bit dark, but when you apply it with the brush like I did before, it leaves a light airy layer of it, so it doesn't look too, like, it's not that much of a difference. You can definitely see how much smoother this side looks compared to this side. Just picked up a little too much and set this side as well. It's definitely, you can see the product just came off on my fingers. Not setting as well as the Maybelline one that I used did. That may be due to the fact that I use that Maybelline Fit Me foundation that has a matte finish, and because the foundation underneath has a radiant finish, I think that it's leaving it a little bit tacky. Not too much, but I definitely don't think that this would be transfer proof. Yeah, no. Product's coming off. I'm gonna go ahead and finish applying the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Bronze Medium Duo Bronzer, and I'm going to stick my brush into both of these shades. As I'm blending this on here, I definitely feel like I'm finding myself tapping more so than buffing it in, because I feel like the brush is kind of sticking a little bit because, like I said, it did not mattify it. I was going to pick up the Juvia's Place blush duo, but I was like, Sahara, leave this store. I was like, leave Ulta, because no. And I'm not even that big of a fan of blush, so I was like, you need to just leave the store right now. I'm going to use the Nubian 2 by Juvia's Place, and I'm just going to use the shade Morocco as my blush. It's a nice orange tone. I used to dig my brush into this as blush. Doesn't the skin look nice and sun-kissed? And then for highlighter, I'm just going to use the Fenty Beauty one. I did bring out a highlighter. Need Money and Hustler Baby. I'm actually going to apply this side right here since it's a softer highlighter to my nose. I don't want to add much texture. Then let me skip over this bump I have on my nose. I don't typically set my skin with setting spray anymore because I just found that my makeup lasts longer without it, but since I used the setting spray in my previous video, I just feel like I have to, you know, just do it. And I'm using the Milani Make It Last Setting Mist. I sprayed way too much. There's a YouTuber that I watch called Lachey's Glams. She does amazing makeup looks on clients. This makeup look called the Naked Beat. It's just like an eyeshadow that's kind of close to your skin tone, maybe a little bit deeper, so you can actually distinguish that shade from your skin tone. When I reviewed this She Glam X Willy Wonka collection, I wanted to use, let me take out the golden ticket, this shade right here called Scrumdiddlyumptious, because those are my tones right there. Juvia's Place I Prep I Prime in a shade 1. I heard it. It said no. All of a sudden everything just went out, and I heard the power over there making a buzzing sound on the wire, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm actually going to start off with the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place and use these two shades in the crease. These are my favorite transition shades, and I'm just blending it in on a Morphe brush. And then with them big sunglasses, I was gonna say them suit coolers, them water bugs. The guy on Vine was like, water bugs. Using the same brush. For the inner corner highlight, I'm just gonna use the shade Golden Ticket, which is this nice shimmer. So you can tell that this is more yellow. I don't know, maybe it's because of the brush I use, but it's not as like yellow as I was hoping. Maybe I could have went in with the primer, I don't know. Oh, the shade is just so pretty. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna use the shade Toffee. I think this is like the softest, deepest brown that I can use. These may be too dark, so I'm just gonna tap this shade. So I'm gonna run some by the lash line because I have some glue from yesterday still stuck right here, and I can see it. They undecisive of which one they want to go to, but they know it's right next door. With the LA Girl Ultimate Eyeliner in a shade Super Bright, which is a nice nude. softer to apply on a waterline than a white eyeliner. I didn't bring in mascara. Do I really want to apply mascara? I really don't want to apply mascara. So for lashes, because I don't feel like applying mascara, that'll stick to the softer appearance, right? I'm going to go in with these lashes from Morphe. These are in style Melrose Ave. I'm going to go in with the Willy Wonka lip liner in a shade Brownie Bite, and then the Juvia's Place lipstick in the shade Nubian Sand, which is part of their Nubian Earth collection, which is like a really bright shade. Lashes are on. Oh, my lips are dry. Oh, my lips was too dry for this. Like in the center. Oh, I should have put something on. My lips have been like extra dry lately, and I don't know what's going on. The time is now 11:55, and I'm just going to call the time at 12. I did finish earlier, but I'm just going to call the time 12 like I did yesterday when I reviewed the other powder foundation. I do love how it looks right now. I'm not sure it's going to hold up well when it comes to oils, because it's becoming more glowy as time goes on as I speak through this video. I need a mattifying primer or smoothing primer, and I think that will fix the problem. I think I love the matte finish a little bit better than the Radiance, and it matches a lot better since it's sunk into the skin now, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and pop up some pictures because I'm going to do a flash test. I don't know if my jewelry is gonna flash back. Flash back at me. I'm like, I just thought about it. This jewelry might be the thing that bounces back. But anyway, I'm gonna do a flashback test as well so we can see if this leaves flashback. It is a little bit deeper, so it shouldn't be like too bad when it comes to, like, you know, sometimes it lightens it. Anyway, let me stop rambling, and I will see you guys in about 6 more hours at 6 o'clock like we were same time yesterday. It is now 6 o'clock on the dot, and this foundation needs some TL mattifying C. Within an hour after applying this foundation, that it was over. It was game over because I started getting oily right around in here, and I knew that I could just come on like earlier and nothing would change. In my previous video for that other powder foundation, that I did not get shiny around here like I typically do because I'm oily in the T-zone, but oh yeah, I got shiny in the T-zone today, even my chin glistening. Let's just get in closer. It did not settle into any lines. That's what I will say. Is sometimes glowy prompt. It's time for me to go to sleep. That's all it is. Foundations a lot of times will crease right here, settle into fine lines, you know, like smile lines, anything like that, but it did not do any of that. It did cause a little bit of separation around the nose area because of the oils, but again, that's something that a mattifying primer should be able to control. So that's why I said I think that it still would work because it still looks good everywhere, but it's just like in those areas. And since we're oily, we can go ahead and try the blotting thing. Let's see, takes it all away. I'm not going to press any of the powder foundation. I'm just going to press paper towel. See what that does. It did take away some of the foundation on my nose right here. Yeah, I can't blot with this. So all in all, I do... Let me send you guys back. I think that it is smooth. It is flawless. The only thing is that it is not like oily skin friendly in a T-zone unless you most likely use like a mattifying primer, because that mattifying foundation did minimize the shine. I do think that it does a really good job, the powder foundation itself, at smoothing out the skin, especially in the pore area. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say about it. But like I said before, go in store, get your shade. Do not mess with the stuff online because you will be screwed out of your correct shade if you follow through the path that they was trying to send me down online. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Watch my previous powder foundation review for Maybelline, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.